Howdy.
Hello,
Who are you, sir?
my name is Tom.
Tom, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Transition Tales 3 is trying to have a discussion about holidays and how transition movement fits or doesn't fit with the traditional holiday. So tell me what are you celebrating Easter right now, for instance?
Not right now, and I don't really think much about the holidays and transition together. I think about them separately.
Why is that? What makes them separate?
I don't. I guess for me, the holidays are just something to celebrate, whereas transition is something to work on. And so I try to do what I can to help with the transition. And by coming to events like this and bringing my bike tools and hoping to help people tune up their bikes so they can enhance their mobility and lower their carbon footprints.
So what are some of your favorite holidays then in your schema? On that side of stuff.
I enjoy Christmas. That's a fun one, and Thanksgiving, two of my favorites.
Now, it's safe then to say that you're not looking for a transition-based holiday to emerge, right?
No, I haven't been thinking about it. So I'm not looking for it.
But you're not against such a thing?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Just a new thought that I haven't heard of.
Great, thanks.
All right,
That's
you're
what I
welcome.
wanted to hear, so thank you.
Sure.
Folks, about holidays
Holidays, okay.
and traditional holidays versus whatever else is going on here. Traditional versus transition. How the traditional holiday may be supportive or divorced from transition movement.
Oh boy, that's an interesting one to think. Can I think? Can I have a minute, 90 seconds to think about this? Wow.
Well, tell me what holidays you celebrate, if any, traditionally.
Well, I celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving and things like that just because so many friends do. But boy, as I think about holidays.
Yeah, what the point is, right? Why we celebrate.
Yeah, to celebrate. That's a good thing, to celebrate something. And in a way, my mind goes to saying, well, make every day a holiday and celebrate life and celebrate. I think this what we're doing here is a real celebration. It's the idea of repurposing, reskilling, looking at a different way of relating to our world and other people on the planet.
Do you think the expo is a potential holiday because we do it so much? Would it rise to that?
Maybe it already has. I guess it depends on what you consider a holiday.
Exactly. We have to decide.
Because where does the word come from? Is it holy day? What? I don't really know. But
these are one of my favorites.
But I guess anything is as holy as you make it. I call this sacred junk, or strapophony. It's just basically making music or just discovering the beauty of the sounds of different things. Metaphorically, it's just kind of like life and people and some things that maybe don't look so pretty or you don't appear so pretty at first can turn out to have a beautiful sound or have some beautiful aspect to them. It's a matter of how you look at them or listen to them.
Well, enjoy the expo, sir. Thank you.
Oh, indeed. Thank you.
William, hi. Good afternoon.
Hey, Willi.
We're talking to folks about holidays, traditional holidays, and whether or not transition as a movement can produce new celebrations or new holidays even. What to think about that. So tell me first what traditional holidays you partake in, if any.
We don't really, holidays for my family are mostly an opportunity to get together and cook together and eat together and just, generally have family time. We don't really celebrate traditional holidays in that sense of the word. And I freelance, so a lot of the holidays, the federal holidays and stuff, I often will realize that, oh yeah, I just worked on Memorial Day, or oh yeah, I just worked on, whatever. It's kind of after the fact. I guess Memorial Day and Labor Day are the big ones where everybody's out of town, so I definitely get that from my clients. But the other Monday holidays and stuff, you kind of you're halfway through it before you realize you're working on the holiday.
So you substitute a family gathering, in a sense, for disinterest in formal or traditional religious-based
I suppose so.
holidays, if
I
you
don't
could
know
say
if
it
we
that way.
necessarily substitute. It just is how it was. I mean, we kind of celebrated Christmas when I was growing up, but it was not in the Christian sense of Christmas. It was in the sense of, just
Getting together.
yeah, getting together. So, yeah. And in terms of transition, doing holidays, there's a very strong emphasis on storytelling, a very strong emphasis on celebrating successes and failures. Really telling the story of what worked, telling the story of what didn't work, learning from both things. And in that regard, I think that Transition absolutely can be doing that. Our transition initiative. The transition initiatives in this area haven't made a conscious effort towards that, although we definitely have, certain skill shares that happen at fairly predictable times of the year, although there's not like a set date. There's, seasonal skill shares, and we have, third Sunday every 3 months is the skill share, and we're making those, is this skill share, and we're making those into seasonally appropriate as well.
So the Skillshare is becoming a tradition, in a sense.
Yep.
With or without a key date. It's still happening regularly.
This Skillshare is happening. Yeah, this is reliably the third Sunday of the third month, so every 3 months. But then the Winter Squash Skillshare happens late fall, early winter, and we haven't nailed it down to a date, but stuff. And then we've got a couple of summary Skillshares that we do. So
Nice.
yeah,
Thank you, sir.
you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, welcome to the Sharing Expo, Roy.
Thanks. It's fun to be here. I was leaving the house today, and I was grabbing my wallet because I didn't want to forget that, and then I realized I didn't even need it.
Brilliant. Hey, are you celebrating the equinox or Easter or any other formal holiday these days?
I guess I'm just celebrating the change of the seasons to warmer weather, the longer days. So in that sense I am, and celebrating, if people want to make some nice cookies for whatever holidays they celebrate, I'm happy to oblige.
Do you think, which is the thesis here, do you think that transition can foster new holidays and celebrations dedicated to transition, not Easter or not something else?
I don't know that they have to create new holidays or even new traditions. Could be going back to older traditions. I think it's just more of an awareness of the natural world around you, and I think that's where a lot of the older holidays came from, and many of those older holidays were co-opted by the newer religion. So I wouldn't say it's newer holiday, I'd say it's more awareness and embracing older traditions in a sense. But I'm not an anthropologist, so I'm just making this up as I go along.
I appreciate that. Well, give me for instance, on an older holiday or tradition that you're harking to here. What would that be?
Well, if it's an older tradition, you have to hark, because that's what people used to do in the old days.
Okay, which
So I'm going to hark back to. So I guess a lot of, again, disclaimer.
Okay.
The person speaking is not a trained anthropologist. I guess a lot of the Easter traditions are really spring or equinox or kind of traditions.
Yes, that's true. Seasonal, right?
Yeah, seasonal. So, with the flowers and the greenery and birth and things like that.
Great.
So that would be a very current example. And of course, in the fall you have the harvest, and the winter solstice is more or less Christmas.
Very nice. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
Okay. Peter,
Roy.
Happy Easter.
They buy them.
Does that make any difference when I say Happy Easter to you?
No. As long as they pay me.
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
I'm not one to celebrate a lot of the holidays. The ones that get more commercial, they have no particular appeal to me. I have no kids. I'm not sure what Easter would hold.
Are you looking for transition movement to foster celebrations and even holidays in the future? Is that possible?
I think it is possible, and there are a couple of holidays that I don't think have appealed to the general public yet, and I don't think all holidays have to follow them, but the Martin Luther King Day of Service and Earth Day both ask you to congregate in community and to give something back to your community, or in Earth Day, to nature. They aren't commercial at this point. Somebody could perhaps try to commercialize them, but they have this different feel to them, and they should at least complement some of the other holidays. Hopefully they're less commercializable, but I won't count on that. Madison Avenue is very good at commercializing things.
Yes, sir.
As an alternative to build community, to have that service component, to do something good. And I think Transition has the ability to foster those kinds of holidays. We have put out calls for people to do service together, and they have sometimes come. So, yeah, there's a lot of potential there.
Thank you, sir.
We talking?
Yeah, so what sort of holidays do you celebrate? Globally or locally, whatever. Tell me about that.
I guess in our family we try to celebrate a mix of things. So I'm Hindu, so we celebrate the Hindu and the Indian festivals, Diwali, and there are a few other religious ones in between. There are a lot of them actually. And then we do, because, for the social things, we do Valentine's Day and St. Patrick's Day, and for the fun of it, a lot of them we celebrate. Just, when in Rome, a lot of people around here celebrate that, and we see that in school and with the kids. So I guess whatever we do, we try to celebrate things more for, especially since I have kids, their awareness and for their understanding of religious differences among people. What are the significances behind those holidays? And we try to do them in a sustainable way.
So tell me how transition movement is creating or influencing new celebrations and new holidays. Do you have a sense of that? How that works?
I think now, for example, Earth Day has become something that everybody celebrates, So I think the environmental movement has really stepped up to make that something. And, and we still do say Earth Day is every day. But I think events like this where we get together are pretty much like festivals. They're like holidays. It's a chance for people to come out, to not think about responsibilities, to kind of go crazy with, sharing their stuff and enjoying each other's company. It's pretty similar to most holidays that I celebrate at home. So.
Thanks a lot, and thanks for your organizing.
Thank you very much.